dos. Hi, friend.
I'm Noelle.
And I'm Chris. And we are so glad that you had time to squeeze us into your schedule today. We are 30, flirty, and quite honestly, just trying. So if you are too boo, then this is the right podcast for you. On today's episode, we are diving into something that we've both been feeling for a minute. Finding energy for a freaking social life. Why is it so hard to make plans, go out, and even want to be social lately? And when we do, it revolves around alcohol and loud bars, and it's so overwhelming. If you've ever canceled plans just to recharge or wonder how to stay connected without burning out or breaking your wellness goals, this episode is for you. So grab your wine o cafecito, get comfy, and let's talk about things that we should probably be saving for a therapist.
I'm so fucking tired.
All right, let's get whining and whining. So today we are drinking a Kendall Jackson Reserve 2023. So again, vintage, okay? Put some respect on our very budgeted names. This is a Sauvignon Blanc, and I'm sure it's gonna be tasty. Honestly, a bitch just needs a drink.
Listen, I did my traditional picking wine thing that I do, which is look at the ones that are almost empty, or usually fan favorites, and then I just grab the bottle. It also has a 93 rating from whatever wine contest or competition, so it has to be good, right?
I'm
whatever
here
that
for
means.
it. Yes, I am here for it. I know. We have a friend who's a total wino, Leah. And she's so gonna judge us for these wine choices. But she's not a podcast listening girly, so what she doesn't know won't hurt her. You know
Exactly. I was like, listen, I would love to take more recommendations. So if you have a choice of wine that you like, that you would like us to try, please, please,
yes,
drop it in the comments, DM us. We'll take all suggestions.
Preferably if the label's pretty. I like those.
The bottle must be pretty.
The model, girl. All right. Well, and on that note, Noelle, what's been going on with you? We didn't try the wine.
Oh yeah,
that's on me.
Let's do cheers.
Cheers, chin chin. Yep.
It's good.
It's giving, we need an ice cube.
I mean, yeah, it's been...
We should have chilled it more.
Yeah.
That's on me.
Just
That's
thrown
on
it
me.
In the freezer instead of the fridge. But.
Probably. But, you know, we live and we learn. Hey, producer. Could I get an ice cube, please? Hell yeah, guys. Marry the guy who's gonna produce your podcast.
Shout out to the producer.
Shout out to the producer. Should take this time to thank our homie Jeff as well. He's also a real one because he's the one editing this. We love the men in our lives. They're real ones. Okay. Now for realsies, Noelle. What's been going on with you?
Well, I think from the last episode that we shot, there's just been a lot of change in my life. The in-laws officially moved in. So it has been an adjustment. Not all bad, but I think the overwhelmness or being overwhelmed. That is cute.
Thank you.
Being overwhelmed in my household is not fun. Because not only do you have the in-laws, you still have your toddler, you have your 2 dogs, and now a bird.
Right.
So it is a full house. My brother's also still there, so...
Girl, a whole circus.
Is exhausted. The extra help is nice.
Yep.
But, however, especially after coming home after a long day of work, and then to so many people, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I'm overstimulated, and so it's been finding the balance between what my new norm is and also getting used to a new routine. So this is why your girl goes to the gym
I'm
in
screaming.
the mornings to because that's the only thing that in the podcast is the only thing that's keeping me sane right now.
Felt, honestly. No, I mean, I feel like my struggle's pretty similar. It's just, we both happen to be at a point in our lives where we're living in multi-generational households. This year, Fuller and I moved in with bought a home and brought my mom and dad to live with us, which for anyone that's gonna be like, oh my god, your poor husband, he signed up for this, okay? I told him several times when we were dating, he knew, he's the one who's adjusted that we go ahead and pull the trigger and do that, and I was like, bitch, I wasn't ready, but all right. So like, it's wonderful. I love getting to eat breakfast with my mom. There's so many nice things, being able to share these little moments with family, being able to have movie nights and have my dad join us. Like, it's amazing. However, it's not for the week.
It really isn't. It really isn't.
It's just not for the week.
Yeah.
It's because you don't get to choose when you have peace as much. Or at least doesn't feel like it, because we're discovering boundaries and things like that, and they don't know how to take boundaries, so it's one of those things.
That's their ripe age of,
yeah,
being who they've been for such a long time.
I mean, they've carried their own traumas and their own life experiences for so long. It's unfair to ask them to completely change overnight. And at the end of the day, I can either love my parents for the people that they are and accept them as they are, and make peace with that, or I can suffer with it for the rest of my life, or I can cut them off. And I don't want that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to work with what I got. And it's an exercise in patience.
Yeah. Take all that patience you got inside and really...
We're putting the therapy that we've had for the past 2 years to the test, honey. Like, Perla, my therapist, not me calling her by her first name, my therapist was asking me what I wanted to work on this year, and I was like, nothing. I want to work on nothing. I just want to exercise the tools that we've been working on for the past 2 years, because a bitch is exhausted. Yeah. Therapy sessions have just turned into I just need a bitch for 45 minutes and then I'll be fine. Like,
you just listen to me and then you already gave me the tools.
Yeah. I'm not working on growing this year. I'm working on staying sane. Like, that's the tea.
Just implementing.
That's all it is. So that's that. But, yeah. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to let go of that.
Okay. Samesies, but first, let me take a sip.
But first, I just realized I never glued my nail back on before this episode. Girl. So if this tells you anywhere about my state of mind, I did my entire manicure. And for those of y'all listening on the podcast and not seeing this on YouTube, I did my entire manicure a week ago and missed a whole crucial step. So the second I was done with my Gel-X nails, which by the way took me like 7 hours, it was like 3 a.m, immediately 2 nails popped off, and I swear to God it was almost my 13th reason. Like, so
frustrating.
At least 1 or 2 have been popping off on a daily basis, and I'm having to re-glue them back on with the regular glue, and I'm just sighing and letting go.
And that's on growth.
And
meanwhile, I just pop all of mine off because I just rather not deal with trying to re-glue them. So
see, therapy, bitch. It works wonders, that's all I'm saying.
All right, well, now that we have released all of that negative energy, let's go ahead and take this moment of mindfulness so we can be fully present in this episode. So if you are able to join us, find a comfortable spot, relax. We can go ahead and close our eyes if you're able to. We're just going to take some nice deep breaths. So inhale and exhale. Inhale in and exhale. And one more inhale. Exhale. All right, now Now slowly blink, open your eyes, wiggle your body. Let's get into the present moment. All right.
Lately, it feels like the idea of going out or even making plans is just exhausting. We love our friends and we want to be social, but somewhere between work and life and just trying to stay sane, we're left with zero energy to keep up with social lives. And when we do have time, it's like, do I really want to spend this time at a loud bar, drinking alcohol, drinking overpriced cocktails? Or can we just hang out at home and call it a night and just veg out together? It's a weird tension, wanting to connect, but also craving rest and peace at home. So we're trying to unpack. Today we're going to unpack why so many of us are feeling this way, why we're feeling so socially drained, how we can stay connected without burning out, and what friendship can look like when your energy is running low on fumes. So let's start with the obvious question. Why are we so fucking tired all of the time?
Because we're getting old.
Because we're getting old. No, I mean, it's... Yes. First of all.
That's one part.
Yes. However, comma, if you're wondering what that's from, it's Brittany Vaughn. And she's a YouTuber. She's a makeup YouTuber. She does crime, and she's great. And that, I realized last week, is who I stole it from. So that's my latest little stem.
Giving props where it's due.
Yeah. So if you hear that stem and you're like, where is this coming from? It's Brittany Vaughn. Go check her out. She's great. Short little episodes too. I like it. I mean, truly, we live in a time where we are expected to function like AI and be able to produce like AI, and still somehow maintain lives. And it's hard. It's difficult I feel like there's not a singular answer to why is it so hard to keep up with this, because it becomes a socioeconomic conversation about us not working to be able to afford small luxuries that our grandparents were much more easily able to have, or people of our grandparents' generation, because mine were not in this country at that time, but things that they were able to have because it was just a little bit more accessible. It just was. We can you can argue finance with your mama, because I mean, thank you, Reagan. Yeah. But like, it's been really hard for our generation to have any sort of financial peace and rest. So it takes a huge toll on us. Not only that, but then you take into account the political things that have happened in our lifetimes. Yeah. And how it's just, we are so constantly being pulled in so many different directions. How can we not be so tired and mentally drained all the time?
I mean, yeah. The fact that, we have full-time jobs, but a lot of us have side hustles. We have side hobbies and projects that we love to pour into, but at the end of the day, where does that energy go? Yeah. If you have a family, it goes to your family. Yeah. If you're, don't have a family, like, you're still exhausted. You just want rest. Yeah. In reality. Yeah. Is that what we go through day to day because of the social norms that, this culture in America has built. It's like, we're just exhausted. And even the times that we are needing to rest, most of us, I feel like we kind of veg out and, we're either doom scrolling or, watching TV. So in reality, we're not really getting that quality rest that we should be. It's more so just distraction.
Yeah, I feel like, unfortunately, we've built a culture of exhaustion to distraction so that we continue to just function like cattle, which is really sad.
Yeah.
When you look at other countries where they do have a 4-day work week and they do get all of these time, and you see that these people aren't just highly productive in their jobs, but are actively fulfilled in their lives and have they have time to pour into these side hustles and these side projects and just hobbies. And honestly, half of them aren't side hustles. They're just hobbies. They're just doing these things to exist and to enjoy, because they don't have to commercialize their passions in order to be able to afford a life. So it's a vast answer as to why we are at this level of exhaustion that we are at. Whether you are the type of person that's introverted or extroverted, I feel like these things do still take a toll on you regardless.
Yeah, I agree. Because even as someone who's slightly more introverted, it's not necessarily that I love being around people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I do want to, I guess, let loose, or, I do feel like the need to go out.
Yeah.
The need to, just be around other people, or just for the vibe, really.
Yeah,
that's
the
what
energy,
it is. It's
sharing
the
the energy.
Yeah, it's seeing other people have fun with them or around them. I mean, that's kind of really, for me, because I work from home, so therefore I don't have a lot of people interaction unless I am at home now because I got a full house. But even then, it's like wanting to step outside and being outside of home just to kind of get away in a sense.
Yeah.
And not in a bad way. Just,
no, I mean, it's always nice to, if you are consistently working outside of the home and traveling, I'm sure your safe space is going to be being inside and being at home, Like, that was one of the things when I was traveling all the time for work. Getting to stay inside was everything. I didn't want to go out as much.
Yeah.
But now that I'm at home all the time, I'm perfectly happy going out and doing these things because I'm, it's a balance. You seek a balance.
Yeah.
And I think too, there's something about because we love our friends and we want to be able to do these things, we feel so much pressure to say yes to people because we don't want others to think that it's about them. We want them to feel loved. We want them to feel like we care. And ultimately we want to hang out with them. So then we end up sacrificing our energy and our mental capacity and our physical load in order to appease others or appease ourselves, because we also have FOMO and we want to hang out and do these things. But where is the line between respecting ourselves enough to stay at home and finding a different kind of joy versus going out?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be that just because you stay at home, it's no longer fun, right? Maybe it's switching our mindset to we don't have to go out and drink to have a good time, because we know that's going to make our bodies feel crappy the next day, and then that's going to roll over into a work day, and then we're going to have a crappy work day, and then that's going to roll over for the week, and we're going to have a whole ass crappy week, and then a whole ass crappy week,
because a hangover in your 30s takes about 3 business days to really get over.
And so it's one of those things where it's just like, maybe this is the time for us to reframe what it means to have fun.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a certain kind of we don't want to grow up. Life is changing. Everything changes. So it kind of sucks to say, I don't want to go out anymore because we feel old. But is that a bad thing?
No, not necessarily. I was actually recently going through this, I feel like, over the summer, because the thing with me is I love going out and dancing. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how I get my, release some of that tension is going out and dancing.
That stress is stored in the hips. Didn't.
But, now that we're in this era of our lives, not many friends really want to go out and drink. And, freaking cocktails are expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
There's always parking situation, there's all these things that you think about, or at least that I think about. I'm like, do I really want to spend the energy trying to find parking in this area, pay for parking, pay for however many cocktails I'm gonna have that night, and entry, because now people are doing cover charges at certain places.
Yeah.
Which is back in the day, listen, we used to get in for free everywhere.
Yeah. And on top of that, all parking lots are now paid as well. Like, no mames.
Yeah.
O
So
sea.
you're easily spending $100 to a couple $100 just simply by going out, and it's like, at the end of the day, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
And I had a hard time too, because to me it was like, I looked forward to those outings, getting cute and
absolutely
doing my makeup, wearing something like hot, and just being able to go out and dance. But now it's kind of like, oh, that sucks. Like, I'm kind of like in that area where it's like, maybe I'll go still, like, every once in a while, but it's not a consistent thing. I mean, especially, you know, being a mom and married and stuff, it does change a lot.
I feel like, too, though, it's with the times changing and us not, like, there used to be a time, like, when house parties were a regular thing.
Yeah.
You know? And that's not really a thing anymore. We don't host our friends over at the house. Now we got to go to the bar so that we can post a photo on the gram with the expensive cocktail. And I'm like, why not have a motherfucking house party? Like, you know, like, we can dance at home, and we got even better cumbia, you know? Like, so I'm like, I feel like these are things that we can do, that we can take power of, that we just don't necessarily think about doing, because we haven't seen it for so long.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's something for that as well. But I don't know, I think too, it's switching the mentality of what I want to do with my friends. Like, okay, yeah, if we go out dancing and stuff, I'm going to be more than happy, but I'm probably not going to have more than a few beers, and I don't drink liquor anymore, so, because we've learned. So, I'm not going to have probably more than a few beers, and honestly, because, like, I sweat it out while I'm dancing anyway, like, it's so expensive, why even bother? I'd rather pregame a little bit at home and then just go out and have fun, or maybe not even pregame, just go out and dance, because ultimately, I shouldn't need the alcohol to feel comfortable in my body and comfortable in myself to have fun while I'm out in public, right? That's something else. And so then we go into a different conversation.
It's like we're unpacking things here.
Exactly. You know, like, again, because it's not black and white. At the end of the day, the world is just not black and white. And so that's one of those things where I'm like, I'm happy now to go out and hang out at the bar, and maybe not drink. And especially depending on what mood I'm in, because now I know if they're on their cycle, if they have been depressy, stressy, like, we don't need a drink. PTSD will come out. It's not great. You know, so it's kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah. I think it just depends where you are in life. Especially, obviously, if you're, you know, like myself, I'm married and have a kid, so obviously there is no, hey, I can sleep this off the next day and be completely fine and functional. That is not for me anymore, and I've realized that more, that I go out now, that I don't have to stay past midnight anywhere, really.
Yes.
I can go home at a decent time and be okay with that, because to me it was the FOMO.
Yes.
It was like, no, I have to still stay out. Like, the night is still young, you know? Like, people, like, more people are starting to be out at this time. Like, I just, like, want to be part of it all, and it really took some time for me to shift that mindset and being like, no, like, this is, your life has changed.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to still enjoy these things, but with a reasonable boundary to where you can still be a functional human being the next day. You know, you have a toddler. Yeah. You have a family, like.
Also, it's like, okay, maybe now that y'all have a kid, y'all can't go out drinking with friends as much anymore after work or things like that. But what is keeping you and Ali from just having a beer together at the end of the night and hanging out, maybe putting some music on, shooting the shit, and having a great night inside, right? Like, you're drinking, you're hanging out, and you're hanging out with that person. And so, like, you can get your flirt on, you can do the things, like, there's, you know, like, it's such
now it's a little tough with the in-laws.
Well, I mean, that's fair. It felt, honestly.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's something definitely that, like, I think we've been doing a better job of, you know, is, when I say we, I mean we.
Yeah.
It's, like, trying to shift that mindset into, no, like, let's enjoy ourselves together. Let's have a good time at home. Like, Fuller and I were out the other night, and we had a few drinks, and we were feeling ourselves, and we had originally planned to continue going, because, again, when you go out, you plan to go out for the entire night. And then Fuller and I looked at each other, and we were like, okay, you ready to go to the next place? And Fuller was like, yeah, absolutely. And I was like, I mean, I am genuinely excited to go to the next place, but alternatively, what if we go home, throw on some sweatpants, and we play a little boulder skate? We play a little game on the PC. What if we just... And Fuller was like, that sounds nice. So we ended up going home, and that was the rest of our date night, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then we weren't super tired and hungover the next day, and my feetsies didn't hurt. Like...
Listen, at this age, you know... dressing up in heels or anything like that comes with a price. So
tell me about it.
And massive recovery. So I'm honest, I am looking forward to more settled down night-ins, to say. But obviously a lot of these are me being here, obviously, is one. Me coming over more often. Especially because there are certain things that I can no longer really enjoy at home.
Right.
Because there are so many people at home, unless it's obviously, like, in the comfort of my bedroom.
Yeah. And to be fair to your in-laws, my mother happens to be mostly, I mean, my mom's disabled right now, so it's not like she's getting around the house all the time. And my dad is usually at work during the day when you're here. So the house is quieter, you know, like, and there's not a child, so like that's makes a world of a difference.
It's like, listen, once the kid goes down by 9 p.m, like, then it's my free night.
Like, your in-laws are retired and at home, so it's a very different atmosphere. So I absolutely get that. But yeah, I mean, I've been trying to host things for my friends at home, because, one, it's one of the few things that I can provide for people right now in this very exhausting time that we live in. I can't financially aid my community a lot, but I can open the doors to my home to have community and share enjoy and space together. So for me, that's been one of the main things. But two, I personally just really enjoy hosting people in the comfort of my home. I feel like that's a really, it works for me, you know, like I really enjoy having people in my home and having them feel safe and seeing them have fun, like, really fuels my soul. So that's something. We've been having, like, movie nights on Fridays at the house, and we're gonna try to host a few games on Saturdays, and once Halloween is over, we're gonna do game nights. And I want to try to do one thing with my girlfriends, at least like once a month or once every 2 months, just maybe like having girls over to make candy, like to make bracelets, or phone cases or something stupid, just so that we can share in each other's joy for 2 hours while we have something in our hands. I feel like because we were raised with such an easy access to quote unquote connectivity virtually to people, we've really lost that in-person know-how of like what we can do socially together. So it's giving everybody put their phone in a shoebox at the beginning of the hang. Let's throw some music and let's figure out how to converse with each other again. You know, I feel like that's a really good thing. Or just, I don't know, I feel like going on walks like we started doing whenever we were reconnecting before we decided to turn it into a profession. You know, like going on walks with your friends. Like these are things that you can do that do not involve alcohol, that do not cost money, that are both physically beneficial and emotionally beneficial. Ride a bike, rollerblade, like, you know, like...
Yeah, like find a hobby together, or...
Yeah.
Or start a podcast
together. Start a podcast. Plenty of crusty men are doing it. You, too, can profit off of this. You can be a professional yapper.
But I mean, I agree. There's, so my other friend group, we are actually doing, one of our friends is about to have their baby.
Yeah.
And we were thinking about doing like another get together before she pops, but we were
not pops.
But we were like, okay, should we go out for like dinner, you know, whatever, or should we do something just like at the apartment? And I had saw that, you know, a lot of people do like nesting parties. So basically benefiting her too, of actually helping her whatever she needs done before the baby comes, you know, we can chip in and we're still hanging out and, you know, whatnot. So we're actually going to help her prepare freezer meals.
Oh my God, I'd love.
So, you know, doesn't have to worry about, you know, all her husband has to do is like put it in the slow cooker and just, you know, it's all ready prepped and ready for them. So that's like one less stressor.
A huge load off. Yeah.
So it's stuff like that you can become a little bit more creative in ways that you can bond without necessarily having to go out.
Yeah.
Now, I think a lot of the pressure too comes from social media sometimes, of like creating these like super aesthetic parties, which I honestly I love.
Yeah,
I love seeing
I live
them.
for it.
I think they're amazing. But to me, especially if I were to host something, because a girl does not know how to not be over the top.
Yeah.
So that lies pressure and stress on myself.
Yeah.
Which I do not like, which is why I tend to not host as much at home, because it is a lot of stress on me, because, you know, there's too much, and unfortunately for me, my fight or flight cannot determine
I'm screaming
the difference of like just hosting a party versus being chased by a wild animal. So,
you know,
they don't know the difference.
I'm screaming. I love this. No, felt. I mean, I do think it's in those times when it's so crucial to be able to take a step back and ask yourself, okay, what is this purpose? What is the purpose of what I am doing? And is the thing that I'm freaking out about serving for that purpose, or does it really ultimately matter?
Yeah.
Because unless you are a content creator, unless you are a social media ultimately, you know, it'll make no never mind, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you want to have cute photos, and you will. Girl, Photoshop can do wonders. Like, you know, like, I promise you can crop the little thing on that's not aesthetic out. Like, it'll be fine. It's focusing on the right thing, you know? It's about hanging out together. Like, yeah, I could be stressed about the fact that I'm hosting a Halloween movies every Friday at my house, and I don't have a whole bunch of decorations out and all these things. Or I could enjoy the fact that have an amazing place that I can host my friends over, and that some of y'all have been wanting to come and hang out and share in this with us. You know, like, what is ultimately truly feeding my soul?
Yeah.
It's the hangout. It's not the fact that my home doesn't have the decorations that I wish I could afford. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Ultimately, the fact that we're spending time together, that's what matters.
It's the connection.
And it's a rewiring, because we've been taught for the longest that wasn't what was important. What was important was... Not the wine everywhere.
Licks hand.
Yep. For those of us listening auditorily. Yeah, well, that would have made too much sense, Noelle. I just made an oopsie with the wine, which should shock no one, because my husband's nickname for me is Silly Spilly, and I hate it.
Not Silly Spilly.
He says, Silly Spilly strikes again, and I'm like, am I 5?
essentially.
Also, it's giving Caucasian. Silly Spilly is giving Caucasian quite a bit. But we love him and his Wonder Bread self. Yeah. What was I talking about?
The connection that's
really so
what matters in these hangouts.
Yeah, it's and two, I think sometimes we get hung up on what we think friends expect of us. When the reality is that they've also got their own lives and a million and one things going on.
Yeah.
And if a friend really does expect you to be at their beck and call 24/7 all the time, therapy. Because no one can be your one person for everything. I mean, yeah, your best friend can be your absolute ride or fucking die, but ultimately, you've got a kid, you've got a husband, you've got a family. Like, if I'm falling apart, I cannot just rely on you to lift me up and make sure I'm okay. That's when I call Matt. If that bitch is also deep in a spiral, then I call Alicia. If that bitch is also in a deep, like, we have to have room for other friends and other things to be able to fill us. But being able to communicate these things with our friends, right? Like, I've got a busy ass month. I've got a this. I've got a that. I love you and I still care about you. And actively, I mean, shit, it's hard, but sometimes you do have to say, I'm fucking tired, but I haven't talked to this friend in forever. So I gotta do it.
Listen, if you can't send a voice note.
Send a voice note,
A snap, just a little video. Because sometimes, texting is a lot. Like, you don't want to do all that, especially with whatever you have to say. And just, hey, I'm alive. Want to make sure you're okay. I love you.
Yeah. Like, I mean, and ultimately, when we set, and we talked a little bit about this in last episode, but when we set these expectations with our friends, like, my bestie in Bama knows if I don't answer for 3 or 4 days, it's not because I hate them, it's because I'm isolating in a deep depression spiral. And they're like, you know what? They will be back whenever they are back. And then I do, even like yesterday, I was still in the middle of it, but I had just enough energy to be able to answer. So I did. And I was like, my bad, bro. Like, and they were like, nah, you good. Cause same. Still alive. But communicating expectations and communicating where we think our downfalls are, because there is no reason to feel guilt. We have these expectations of people these days that everyone has to be perfect. They can't commit. They can't, canceled. Everything is, like it's, and while there are some valid things to that, it's everything can't be black and white.
Yeah.
People are human are people. We need to be able to give our friends space, because ultimately it's not just about us. They also have lives and they also have these things going on.
Yeah. But if you do have those friends that are pretty incapable of adjusting to a different form of hanging out, whether it's like, hey, let's do something more low key, let's meet up at a coffee shop instead, or if it's something that, like, no, there has to be alcohol present, or, we have to be it has to be somewhere where we're out or whatever, then, maybe it's time to reevaluate if that's something that you want to continue in your life, or maybe if you're not able to have that like that real connection outside of being out and about, then again, it may be time to reevaluate your friendship or that acquaintance, because I know in my early 20s, I had a lot of friends that I used to go out with that I'm no longer friends with, because they were my friends for going out, not necessarily to actually have a real, genuine friendship.
Yeah. And I mean, that's not to say that friendships don't go through phases. We talked about this a little bit as well. Like, of course, like, when, like, people go through different seasons in their life, and sometimes you'll just take a step back and not be as close to them during that season, because maybe they're not where you are yet, or you are not where they are yet, and that's fine and that's fair. But if you do find that is the only thing keeping y'all in each other's lives, and the only thing, then we have to make peace with being able to let these people go. It sucks, absolutely. But just because some people were only meant for a certain time in your life doesn't mean that that time was any less meaningful. Mm-hmm. You know? It's all in how you choose to view your life experiences.
Yeah. And I think, again, going back to different eras of your life, especially, say, if you're in a wellness journey where you're trying to cut out alcohol to meet certain goals, or it's really communicating those boundaries to your friends, like, hey, I'm trying to reach a certain goal in my wellness journey, whether it's like being in a calorie deficit or just, hey, I know this is not good for me, I'm gonna cut it out for some period of time, whatever it is. Making sure that you have the right group of people or friends that can support you on that journey, and also not pressure you of like, no, just have like, this drink, like it's fine, a couple shots, whatever. Like,
I mean, you want literally one of my friends, whenever she had me try her cocktail, forgetting that it was a cocktail, and I too forgot that she was like, you should try this. And I was like, sure. Forgetting that I hadn't had liquor in like a year and a half. Mm-hmm. And when I took a sip, I was like, oh, this is alcohol. Her face, dude, she was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, I did not think about it. And I was like, no, baby, you're good. Like, it's not like I'm an alcoholic and that's why I cut out this. It was just like, I decided I didn't like the way that liquor sat with my body, and it was, especially post-cardiac arrest and medically induced coma, it's not giving what it needed to give. Being 30 and recovering from a hangover, like you said, is already hard enough. Yeah. Add my shit to that, I thought I was gonna die.
3 business weeks.
Bro, and it really was. Yeah. Do you remember that? And it was, we were supposed to release the first season, and I was just, it pushed me for a month, bro. Anyway, so
talk about PTSD.
No, because that really did trigger some stuff. It was so not good. It was so not fun. I was like, is this when I die? So what was I talking about? Yeah. So you do ultimately want to surround yourself with the friends that are gonna be like that. Mm-hmm. It's, I mean, my friends, I'm not gonna lie to you, at first they were like, okay, Chris, sure, no liquor, and then this friend was one of those as well, and I was like, no, like, I'm being serious. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh shit, okay, well, that's my bad.
Well, because after every bad hangover, you're kind of like, never again.
I'm never drinking again. Yeah, no, again. Exactly. And so she was like, yeah, okay. And I was like, no, like, for real, this is done. Like, I mean it. And when she realized I was actually cutting it out, she was like, oh, shit, my bad. Yeah. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, and that's the response that you want from friends. You want people who support you, not that are like, because ultimately, if they're upset because you're choosing to cut this out of their life, that's on them and how they feel about themselves and their relationship with alcohol and liquor. And if they're gonna put their guilt and their bad feelings on their relationship on you, that's their problem. And that's the tea. And if you feel called out by that, go to therapy. No, I'm just playing. Mostly.
Not really.
Just two judgmental ass bitches. Anyway, so that really is, you surround yourself with people who empower you to do whatever it is that you choose to do, no matter how crazy it is. Because I'm not gonna lie, my friends choose to do some things, and I'm like, you know what? I love this journey for you.
Love that for you.
Love that for you.
Not for me. I'm gonna sit over here and I'll be the cheerleader on the sidelines.
100%. But truly, like, and two is learning to give yourself as well grace whenever you are in that era of healing, or just taking time to have peace, or just taking time to heal. I know it was really hard for me for a while because I had so much bad FOMO in wanting to do all of these things, but I was like, my body needs time, my energy, and I'm still honestly there. My body's still recuperating. I'm still getting the energy. So there are times when I have to cancel on friends for plans that I've already made, but I've surrounded myself with people who, when I call and I say, bitch, I really thought I was going to be able to do this, but I had this event and I am just too beat I can't, that they go, do not even worry about it. We'll catch you next time. Like, thank you for letting me know. You know? Like,
I think as long as you have that communication to let them know, not just, hey, not showing up or just ghosting.
Yeah.
Like, that's when it hits more personal.
Obviously, because at that point you're communicating, you don't care.
Yeah.
And that's not the tea. The tea is you're tired. And I know anxiety sometimes keeps me from communicating when I can't do things. And so, like, I get if anxiety is a thing keeping you from talking to your friends. However, this is when the way that we conquer anxious narrator comes into play, which is consistently retelling myself, like, no, Noelle understands, which I do have to do every time. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy or that it's fun. Every single time I have to cancel on a plan, I have to psych myself up for it and say, Leah understands. Leah knows. Leah has known me since I was 19. Leah's known me pre-medication. Leah has loved me through worse. It will be fine. I know logically my feelings are valid. My anxiety, my feelings are valid. However, my anxious narrator is lying to me. I know Noelle's going to react well to this. I know Leah's going to react well to this. And if they don't, that's not on me.
That's not your responsibility.
That's not on me, because I am communicating this as well as I can. I'm taking responsibility and I am doing my best, and that is all that is on me. That's the tea.
Yeah.
And then I pick up that phone and I go, as I type it out, and I vomit in my mouth a little bit and I sweat and my armpits start to itch. And then my friends text me back and they're like, yeah, no problem. Catch you next time. Love you. Let me know if I can help you with anything. And then I'm like, okay, that worked out really well. Like, somehow it's a shock every time.
Every time. It's not like we love you or anything, you know?
I know, it's crazy. And this is truly, surround yourself by people that actually give a fuck. That's the tea. Thank you for coming to our TED Talk. That's the whole episode. Great.
With all the noise in the world, it is so important to find the joy in our lives, especially at times like this. So we're going to share the little sprinkles of joy in our lives. Chris, what is your sprinkle of joy this week?
My sprinkle of joy this week is our dear friend and now mentor, Ursula. I just can't. I just can't. It's so amazing to have a friend who genuinely, without thinking about how it could benefit them, just mentions your name in every room that they walk into, because they're just so excited for you and they believe in what you do so much. It is so validating to me to have such a creative genius ask for my opinion on her work. I've been collabing with her and helping her out on some of her things. Like, she did this 12-month deck for 2026 that I'm gonna take a part of. You should too. It's like a meditative thing. It'll be like, it'll have a mantra that we can repeat throughout the month, and it'll be a community-led experience. So one day we'll do it together, and then there's things for us to journal throughout the month and affirmations for us to make. And it really is designed to be to whatever your brain capacity is. So if you're a neurodivergent person and you just want to be able to do it like once a month and not have to think about it again, like, and that's your thing, like, great, you completed it, you did it. But if you're the kind of person that wants to do it every day and that works for you, then you can, and that's also awesome, right? And so, like, I worked with her on like the layout and the instructions and the things, and I fixed everything that AI fucked up, and we were going through it, and it was just so amazing to collaborate with her. And then she took me to assist her and this Luz Creative Studio, which is local women-owned, Latina-owned, South American, Colombian-owned. Shout out to my Colombian people. I went to collaborate on this photo shoot, and it was just so nice to do the visuals and execution and think about it, and Ursula was trusting my opinion and letting me take lead in some of the things, and then Natalia, the freaking CEO of Luz, was asking my opinion and things and taking my word, and I was just like, it just was so gratifying, you know. It was amazing to know that other people see my value. It was amazing for me to see my value at work. It's amazing for me to get to experience this with such a good friend. And then it was just so fun. Ursula and I were laughing the entire time. It was just so amazing to get to work with her. And we're doing more things together this season, and I just can't wait to continue doing these things with her and to continue growing with her. And I'm not gonna cry because I'm a Cancer moon and I can't
cry about it later.
I'll cry about it later in private, but I'm so happy and so blessed, and Ursula's everything. That's it.
She is.
That's it.
She's amazing. She's amazing. She is the big sister to this venture.
I feel so fucking not just business supported, but emotionally supported. Like, I know we have each other, obviously, but to have somebody else outside of us who it's like rivaling my husband for number one fan, you know, like, I'm so grateful for that friendship. She's amazing, and I'm gonna stop before I tear up more.
Quiere llorar.
No, cállate. You know. JK. No, Ellie, what is your sprinkle of joy this week?
I think just being able to have another safe space.
Okay, now I'm really gonna cry.
No, it's just obviously these weeks have been so hectic for me, especially just with everything and normally I'm very adaptable, but I feel like that's more of a trauma response.
Yes. Yes, and is.
Because I've had to be adaptable to changes.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting to the point where I am burnt out of being adaptable, and my real feelings are showing from said changes.
Yeah.
In this past
Which they
month.
should. You should honor those feelings.
And so the fact that I do have a safe space here in your home has been really nice, and now I'm about to cry. What is going on?
Just two Aquariuses trying to not show emotions.
It's like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. If you've ever watched it, in the trailer, the cop goes like, it makes a grown man shed a tear, and he's like, "Get back in there," and the tear goes back in his eyeball. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
But that's how I feel. I'm like, "Get back in there." But no, it's just, like, even just like the movie night, I was able to get out of the house without really having to like go out and just relax and not have to, get in that mindset where I have to escape in a not so healthy way. Per se.
Yeah.
So because sometimes we do have those trauma responses of like, I have to do something major and hectic and to give me that dopamine.
Well, it's because when you don't have any safe space, you seek any sort of serotonin and dopamine that you can get in from anywhere that you can get it.
Yes. So the fact that I can have this safe space here in your home to just work or just be has been amazing. So thank you for opening your home to me. I know I've literally been here maybe every other day here, and I always manage to forget something. But it's a good thing that I always come back.
It's because she just wants to come back.
I'm the girlfriend that leaves like her,
hair ties.
Eventually, I'm gonna have my own little corner of all my things.
I mean, and I'm actually currently planning on a drawer for Noelle. It's fine. You can have your toothbrush here, right? Like.
If I need to spend the night, then, you know.
That's fine.
I'll just spend it on the couch. It's cool.
I mean, we can kick Fuller out to the couch. I'm not mad about that.
Meanwhile, he's like...
He's behind the camera like... No, I'm... You know, I'm cool. I like that for you.
It's to the point where the wine hits you and you start getting a little bit emotional. You know, when you meet, like, the drunk girls in the bathroom and you're like, no, I love
you so much. To the end. Oh my god, you haven't seen K-pop Demon Hunters. I was gonna say it's the end where they're blubbering in the bathtub. You have to see it. And they're like, I just love you so much and I'm so happy you didn't die. We have to see it together. Next video is gonna be me torturing Noelle with K-pop Demon Hunters and watching it.
Fine, I'll watch it. It'll have to be on my watch while I'm working, because that's the only time I.
Balls. It'll be a movie night, just you and me.
Okay, fine.
We're gonna bring Naveed because I need to get him obsessed with it. Because then if I get him obsessed with K-pop groups, then I can torture you with K. I'm just trying to get all of my friends' kids into K-pop.
Good luck,
so I can.
Because right now my son is hyper fixated on Monsters University.
I absolutely understand that because that movie is quite dope. So
he says Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
Yeah. He says Wazowski.
Next time I go to your house, I'm gonna wear my Mike Wazowski onesie.
That's literally like how, you know, because he used to watch Luca and Monsters University were like Luca. In rotation, but now it's literally strictly Monsters University. So even if I try to put something different on, he's like Wazowski.
I love that. I'm
like, fine. I mean, it is a good movie. I'm actually not tired of it. My husband's tired of it, but it is a good movie.
Yeah, it's because one of you is neurodivergent.
No. Sorry. I have to tell you this because I think it's pretty funny, and unfortunately nobody else in the room got it except for the other, the actual, what is it? Like the director of the ABA therapy center. But when they were like asking, does anybody else in the family diagnosed with autism? And I was like, just my brother is the only person that has a diagnosis. I'm like, I mean, there's probably some other people in the family, but and she was the only one that had the smirk. Obviously my in-laws were
none the wiser.
But
you were like, I mean, there are signs, not diagnosed but questionable.
So, and I saw the smirk in her face. I'm like, she gets it.
She gets it. So. She knows. She knows you're aware. She knows that you know. Yeah. I love that.
So, and even my husband is like, interesting. It's like he has something on repeat or a comfort show or a movie that constantly watches. And I'm like, me watching How I Met Your Mother for like the 1,000th time.
I know. I'm like, what replay of that are you on now? It's either that or New Girl.
Or Sex in the City. New Girl, I think it's less frequent, unless I see it, like, reappear on my TikTok, like, all the funny moments, and I'm like, I have to watch it again, because it's great. But it's literally between How I Met Your Mother and Sex in the City.
Which reminds me, it's almost, it's Gilmore Girls season.
You know what? I haven't.
Okay, so we have a running list now, people. We're going to make Noelle watch K-pop Demon Hunters. We're going to make her watch Gilmore Girls. Tell me if you want side videos of these things. I will make them happen. It's going to be a whole different series. Watching Noelle react to Lorelai and be like, oh my god, she is I am her. It's going to be great.
Let's take it home.
Y'all! Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us today. No, seriously, thank y'all for joining us today. We've been feeling low energy, and it's been really hard to connect with other people. So we're really glad that we have this outlet and that we can connect with you guys. If you have been feeling super low energy too, and you've also been struggling to stay connected without overexerting yourself, just know that you are not alone. And there are ways to build meaningful social moments that aren't going to drain you. If you enjoyed this episode, please share your thoughts with us on Instagram or YouTube or Substack, or become a member of our Patreon, because your girlies have Patreon, y'all. Sign up. We have opened up a Patreon with different levels. You can be a regular friend, you can be a best friend, or you can be a best friend for life, and then get digital access to exclusive wallpapers illustrated by yours truly. I'm not gonna lie, they're super fucking cute. I shocked myself. I was done with it and I was like, am I my own fan? Do I need to subscribe to my own Patreon? I love myself. Oh my god, I'm so talented. But seriously, you guys, we have a Patreon now, and we are hoping to be able to use that to have discussions with our members. The full episode of this podcast will be released on YouTube the week after this episode airs, and all of our handles can be found in our episode descriptions.
30, Flirty, and Trying is an individually produced podcast, so if you love this episode, please leave us a review. Your engagement means the world to us and makes a huge difference on the success of this show. Just remember to be kind, because we are sensy.
Very sensy. We cannot wait to connect with you.
See you next episode.
Dun. Episode 3, 9, 10. What is this?